All right. So this is going to be attempt number 4 at making this video. Now, for those of you who are used to us, who've been watching our videos, this is going to be a little bit different than our usual how to sell on Amazon tips, tricks, advice, all of that for Amazon sellers. That's what we've been doing for a while. We're going to take a step back, look at a little bit bigger of a picture, talk about the channel, talk about our goals for 2025 as it's coming up, talk about what I sort of want to be doing. Okay, so let's dive into it, guys. As many of you know, we've been Amazon sellers for quite a while. I think we're going on about 8 years now, and we're making content about selling on Amazon for 5 years. I think we started a little bit before COVID, and it's been fantastic. And we are still doing all of those things. I'm still selling on Amazon. We're still making content and helping teach people how to sort of follow in our footsteps. And I still think it's a phenomenal business, but it has shifted from our side hustle to our main hustle to now it's just my job. It doesn't quite bring that same like spark of enjoyment. I mean, there's nothing innately exciting about finding a bra at Kohl's and selling it online. Yes, there's a little bit of that treasure hunting aspect of it. But when you're just doing this day in and day out and day in and day out, that treasure hunting aspect, the excitement of finding those flips, it goes away a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want people to think like, oh, this means like Amazon's dying or whatever. No, it's still a phenomenal business. And again, we are still doing it, but my excitement for it has lost a little bit, okay? Now, when I make videos, when I make content about things, there's really two main things that I like to make content about, and that is things that really, really excite me, or things that I am sort of documenting my own journey for that I want to be able to look back on. Now, our Amazon journey, I feel like it's not done. It's not like we've quit Amazon or anything, but we're at a coasting level. I don't need to, and I don't want to grow any larger in my business. Actually, we were just talking to someone on Facebook today. They're doing just about $50 million per year on sales on Amazon. And I was talking to them privately, and it was one of those things where it's like, at a certain point, you can lose sight of, are you doing this for money? And is your purpose to get more money? Or is money your tool to reach your actual goals? And so for Amazon, it's always important to go back to your whys. It's always important to sort of reference that. And so if your why is, let's say for a lot of us, it's probably, I want to spend more time with my kids. That's where we were. That's why we stopped teaching. It's why I stopped growing larger and larger. It's why I don't want to have a giant Amazon warehouse, because all of those things will actively work against my why, which is I just want to hang out, and I don't want to work all that much. I want to pay my bills. I want to live a comfortable life, but I want to enjoy the life. Like I don't care about the money. The money is the tool to reach my goals. And if I'm already at my goal, then I don't need to be chasing the money. Now, there are things that do excite me. I still enjoy making money, and I really love like trying new things and seeing what things can work, and then sharing those with my friends. We're having like our kids start businesses now and all of that. So with all of that said, my plans for 2025 are going to be, first, I'm going to take this channel more seriously. I know I've probably said that every year, but if you don't plan for something, then you're planning to fail. So I'm going to make the plan of once a week, we're going to continue doing some sort of Amazon video here on our YouTube channel. Okay, so if you're interested in that, make sure that you are subscribed, to hit the bell notification, all of that good stuff, because we'll be coming on once a week to do some sort of Amazon content, whether it's an interview, whether it's some sort of like podcasty type talk, whether it's just random advice, or maybe there's like a new tool that we're trying out that I want to show off. I'm going to be doing that once per week for Amazon content. Then, because this is the Hustle Buddies YouTube channel, I never necessarily made this out to be like an Amazon specific thing. I think I am going to explore some new side hustle with all of you, all my buddies. Okay, we're gonna try our hand at some new hustles with our buddies. Now, there's lots of stuff out there, my what excites me is not just to like pick something that everyone's doing and then shill it and try to make a course and present myself as some expert guru and do all that stuff. I want to come at things as a beginner. I want to suck at things or know nothing about things, which is honestly, it's most side hustles. Like if I'm not doing it, I know nothing about it. Okay. So I want to come at it from the viewpoint of an absolute beginner who's probably not very good at whatever skills you need to do that, and work my way through and see if we can make things work. Document that journey, document things that work, document things that don't work, share our experiences, share any advice or lessons, things like that I've learned, and sort of set a yearly end goal for how much income we can make from various side hustles that can then be replicated or taught to your friend, to your parents, to your children, that can be sort of passed along to help people reach financial independence. Because in the end, like that's really what we're all here doing. We're not here trying to make money. We're trying to get what money can get us. And for the most part, that's freedom. It's freedom of time, freedom from stress, freedom to travel, freedom to hang out with your kids whenever you want, whatever it is, freedom to start an orphanage in some other random place in the world. Okay, who knows? That's for the most part, that's going to be most of our goals. Very few people who are healthy individuals have a goal of, let me just make as much money as I possibly can. That's not really the goal, because money is the tool. Unless you have some kind of weird disease or something where money becomes the goal and no longer is your tool, then money has become your master. And hopefully no one here watching this is the slave to their money. Okay. Now, I want to break down what I'm going to be trying here in 2025. I've written this all down, so I've got it up here on my screen. I should be able to edit this and pull it in. But basically, you can see here, I put together this Excel sheet. These are my various plans, my various side hustles, businesses, things like that. Now, I want to give the major caveat to these are side hustle incomes. I have not included any of our Amazon stuff or Amazon content in this because that's just my job. That's just my at this point, it's my 9 to 5. Okay. So these are the extra things besides for that. Okay. Again, I'm still doing one video per week on my main job, but I want this to focus on the side things. Okay. So there's a couple things in here that I'm going to be trying, or I've already dabbled in, and I want to expand that here in 2025. Okay. So first and foremost, garden direct sales. Okay. This is really random, but for anybody who is friends with me on Facebook or has been following me, I've gotten really into gardening this last about 18 months or so. It's been a great escape from like doing online arbitrage, making content, basically being at my computer screen for like 14 to 16 hours per day, every day. It's been so cathartic and so, I mean, honestly, healing to get outside, to work in the dirt, to grow things naturally and do all of that stuff for myself. Okay. So that's sort of where my interests, just my own like personal hobby interests have been. It's been doing gardening stuff. And something I've always loved to do is, can I turn a hobby into something that makes me a little bit of money? It could be a full-time thing, but I mean, even just on the side, can this interest, can this hobby make just a little bit of side income, or can it at least pay for itself? Okay. So with garden sales, just a brief explanation of this. I can grow a lot of stuff from seeds, and I can propagate a lot of stuff. I don't know if you guys know this, but like it's really easy to multiply a plant. Let's say you buy a basil plant from the store. You can just clip off a stem of that basil, put that stem into a glass of water, and in about a week, now you have 2 basil plants. And a plant has, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 50 stems on it. You can clip all of those, put them all in water, and every week you can multiply how many basil plants you have by about 10, okay? And many plants are like that. You can propagate pretty much any herb like that. You can propagate tomatoes like that. Peppers will propagate like that. Lots of different things in your garden. Even like your celery. If you bought celery from the store, you cut the top off, you eat that, put the bottom in a thing of water, and now you have a second thing of celery, okay? So you can multiply your plants fairly quickly. So that's what I've been doing myself. And I would like to start selling those. My plan is to sell it locally on Facebook Marketplace. My plan is to sell it through my wife's bakery. I'll get to that at the end. And my plan is to possibly also sell it online via like Etsy. That's usually, I know you can sell plants on Amazon. It's just the fees are pretty high for it. And your customer base, that's not usually where people look to buy live plants or even seeds. So I don't think it has a very large customer base. I could be wrong. This is just sort of, again, I'm going into this as someone who doesn't sell seeds or plants or anything like that. I'm going into it as a beginner. We'll see what I can do. Now, I've written my estimations for each of these. You can see here in this line, these are all of my estimations for the year for 2025. And then I've written my goal. So my estimation is, here's realistically, like without doing too much extra work, if I just kind of continue on the path that I'm on, I think each of these will do this much over the next 12 months. Okay, so for garden sales, I think I can make $100 a month in extra money. Let's say I'm selling like a couple packs of seeds, a couple tomato plants, a couple basil plants, whatever else I can grow. $100 a month is fairly easy. I mean, $25 a week, $5 like if I can sell one plant a day or 5 plants in a weekend, like I'll hit this goal if I'm selling plants for $5 to $10. Okay. My goal, if I can take this seriously, let's like do about double that. So instead of doing like 100 a month, let me try to do 100 a week. And that should just about hit this goal of 5,000 a year. Let's say I take a couple weeks off. Okay. So I will also track my actual income for this. So I want to document this journey. Even if no one's watching this video, it's honestly, it's for me as well to sort of see, okay, here's where I wanted to be, here's what my goal was, and here's what actually happened. And you can sort of track along with this. And I'm happy to do videos. If there's something in here that you want more videos on, I am happy to do videos on anything that you see here to talk about my process, okay? Next is YouTube. So I can get paid money, obviously, from YouTube directly, YouTube ad revenue. So those little ads that go for like 3 seconds, then you press skip, I get just a tiny bit of money every time that someone watches it. Generally, it's about $20, $30 per 1,000 people that watch something. And that's because of my channel type. If I had a massive channel, like if I had millions of viewers, that probably goes down to like $2 or $3 per 1,000 views, just the way that YouTube ad revenue works. Currently, I'm doing about $100 a month in pretty passive, like just from people watching old past videos. So $100 per month currently. If I just get back into the rhythm of things and I start releasing a video every week, every other week, I should be able to hit $200 per month, which will put us at that just about 2,500. Okay. Now my goal, if I can take this seriously and if I'm really chugging through it, I might even make a second channel, like do something more for like gardening specifically, and then this more for like side hustles or whatever, or maybe something for Alicia's Bakery. I'm not sure. We'll see. But if I can take it more seriously, I think I could bump that up to making about 100 or 200 a week, which should get us closer to this $12,000 for the year goal. Okay. All right. This next one, the Amazon Influencer Program, AIP. So I've tried now. This is I think this is actually my 4th attempt. That's why I wrote it's either going to be 0 or it's going to be about 5,000. I've tried now. I believe this is my 4th attempt to get into the Amazon Influencer Program. Attempt number 1 was years and years and years ago. And for those of you guys who don't know, you have to like submit a couple initial videos for them. Briefly, let me explain AIP. If you go to Amazon and you look at a product and you scroll down to the reviews, there's usually a little bar of like videos that you can watch about it. That's the Amazon Influencer Program. So it's on-page videos that potential customers can watch to see, okay, does this match their goals? Does it match what they're thinking? Or do they not want to buy it? Okay. So that's the Amazon Influencer Program. So you're just making videos to go on the product pages of Amazon. I'm not like getting external views and bringing them to Amazon. It's all already on Amazon and my video just goes right onto that page. So I'm going to be trying this out. I'm now on attempt number 4. They keep basically, if you've been selling on Amazon, you will recognize the whole, we have linked this account to another account that blah, 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 and we've shut it down, whatever. I don't know. Apparently my old account was shut down, even though it never, like you get a couple chances to post some videos. And I used 2 of the chances. I still had a 3rd, and then I just never did anything with it. And then when I went back, it was locked. And then when I tried to make a new one, the new one got connected to that old one. And then I tried to make a new one, and that one was connected to the second one. So now I've gone like full like blacklisted mode where like VPN, I didn't use the same computer, so like completely new IP address. I've connected it in no way to us, used a new address, used a new like LLC for all of it. So there's nothing connecting this account to any of my other accounts, whether it's through my device, my name, my address, my EIN number, nothing, bank accounts, everything is new. So either it will get linked and I'll get kicked off again for some reason. And again, it's like, I don't really understand why it's doing this. Or I think I can make about 5,000. And I think if I push, I think I can make 1,000 a month. Most folks that I talk to, they say they average about 50 cents-ish. Again, these are very rough estimates, but about 50 cents per video per month. So if I can make 1,000 videos, well, that's $500 a month. If I can make 2,000 videos, then it's $1,000 a month. Okay, so that's sort of my goal here. I know averages will change, and as you get more videos, that actually increases. So like that 50 cents per video, it's usually for less. Like if you have like 100 or 200, and then once you get higher, you can get more. But anyways, that's the AIP. In a very similar category is the TikTok affiliate program. This is also something I've been trying. I made a TikTok earlier this year just to do garden stuff on it. I was just having fun taking people out to my garden. I had a couple videos that did well, so I have enough subscribers to get into the TikTok affiliate program, and it's not very hard. I think it's like 1,000 subscribers, and that's very easy to do on TikTok. Like that'll take maybe a week or two of serious, like intentional focus, and I'm sure you'll hit that. But it's very similar to the Amazon influencer program. Basically, you're making review videos for products and showing people different products, and then you get an affiliate commission if they purchase that product from you. Now, Amazon influencer program, in my opinion, just outside looking in, again, I'm just starting both of these. I'm not some guru who knows a bunch of stuff about this. Outside looking in, AIP generally is geared towards people who already want the product and they're looking more for like a product review. Whereas the TikTok affiliate, it's just showing up on people's feeds, and you either make nothing from the video or your video goes kind of viral and you make a lot of money from your one video. And it's convincing new people that they want the product, as opposed to convincing people who want the product that the product is good, if that makes sense. So these tend to be more like instructional review based. These tend to be a little bit more, I mean, you can do the like the review based stuff, but it's a little bit more gimmicky, in my opinion, just first looking at this. Okay. But I will be trying both. We'll see if it works. I think I can do 1,000 if I'm just go on this current track that I'm on. I actually just did, I think my first, so I made $3 so far. We're not in 2025 yet, but I've made $3 from an affiliate sale here on TikTok. So that's cool. But yeah, I think if I continue, I think I can make like $100 a month. I think that's not too difficult to do here on TikTok. And if I really take it seriously, I think I can do 1,000 a month. Okay. All right. Next up is Airbnb. So again, if people have followed my personal journey, we are foster and adoptive parents. So we were living in a nice little 3-bedroom house, which was great. I could run my Amazon business from it. We had our 2 kids, and it was a little tight, but we could make it work. Then we got a 3rd, and then we got a 4th child that we have now adopted. So they're all ours. They're staying here. And that just doesn't work. A family of 6 running multiple businesses from home in a 3-bedroom, it's like 1,100 square foot house, wasn't working. So we had to move to a much larger house. So that's now where I am. But our previous house, we could hold on to it. We're in it's not like a crazy location. It's not like a beachfront or anything like that. But the other house, it's about 20-ish minutes drive to Disney. So here in Orlando, Florida. So we thought, okay, well, we'll hang on to this. We could probably turn it into an Airbnb. Now it's taken a while. We moved a little over a year. It's like almost 2 years. Okay, so it's taken us a while to get this up and running, but we are finally up and running. We've actually hired an Airbnb manager. Some of our friends have multiple Airbnbs and they manage people's Airbnbs for them. So we've just hired them to help us get this off the ground and help just facilitate it. So it's very hands-off for us. We own the house and we can make like design decisions, things like that. But they are the ones that our managers are going to be the ones that are like doing all the communications and managing people coming and going and working out the cleaning and all of that stuff. So with all of that said, with our current bookings, we're currently booked about 25, 30-ish% occupancy. which means over the course of a month, just say there's 30 days in a month, about 7 to 10 of those currently we're booked. And this is the slow season. So if we continue at this rate, we should make about 15,000 over the course of a year. If we can kick it up a notch and get like 60 to 80% occupancy, so we're talking like 20, maybe up to 25 days out of the 30 days in a month that our house is rented, we should get closer to about 30, even maybe a little bit more, depending on how high we can go. And I'm happy to keep you guys in the loop as far as how that is, how we got started and all of that. Next up is Etsy. This is the one that, again, I said this at the beginning, like we're wanting to spend more time with our kids and do all of that and instill this sort of entrepreneurial option in their head. I don't want to tell my kids that they have to be entrepreneurs or that not being an entrepreneur is stupid and like all smart people own their own businesses. No. What I want to do is show them that this is an option because no one ever showed me that this was an option before. When I was growing up, you went to school. After you finished school, you went to college because that's what you had to do to get a job. And after college, then you would graduate and you would have a good job because good jobs would just come flocking to you as long as you had your degree. And as any millennial watching this will know, that is not how the world worked out for us. We were completely scammed. Personally, I don't love college for 95% of people. So I want to show my kids that there are other options. If they want to go to school and they want to become like a scientist or they want to do, I don't know, marine biology, whatever it is, that is awesome. I think that would be so cool to watch my kid like swim with dolphins. But if they want to own a business, if they want to run Airbnbs, if they want to sell stuff on Amazon, if they want to sell stuff on Etsy, I want to show them that that is also a viable route that they can take with their life. Okay? So I'm going to be selling stuff on Etsy. My plan here, it's kind of twofold. So I'm going to do some of the garden stuff. So things like seeds, maybe small little seedlings, like things that I've grown a little bit, that I can flip onto Etsy and ship easily. And my kids can help with that. So my kids can help harvest, like we've got pumpkins that are growing here. They can help harvest the pumpkin seeds and sell those. We've got some like nice varieties that we can grow here in Florida. Also, my wife's bakery, which I'll get to in a second, we can also sell some stuff. So she has a sourdough bakery, so things like selling sourdough starters or cookie kits, things like that. I think we can do those types of sales here on Etsy. For eBay here, this is sort of, we love going garage sailing. That's something when we were first starting on Amazon, before there really was hardly any content out there, before we knew that this was not okay, that this was a complete breach of TOS, before we knew that this was a massive no-no, we absolutely went like garage sailing and would flip that kind of stuff on Amazon. And we loved garage sailing. We still love garage sailing. Like if we get a babysitter on a Saturday, usually our top choice is, hey, do you want to go garage sailing while we've got the babysitter? And that's just like our date day. We'll just go around and go garage sailing. So, we would love to get back into that because there's this joy in that like sort of treasure hunting there. And then I think we can flip $100 a month on eBay, $25 a week, like sell one thing a week for eBay. That's just nothing. Okay. So I think we could definitely hit that. And then if I wanted to take it seriously, I think I could do $100 a week. I think that's very reasonable here for eBay. And then lastly, Alicia's Bakery. So if you guys are friends with my wife on Facebook, she doesn't do really anything with our Amazon business anymore because she's busy taking care of the kids. And about a year ago, she really got into baking sourdough. Like it was all over her like TikTok feeds or Instagram feeds, whatever. And so she like started her own sourdough starter and went down that rabbit hole, started baking like multiple loaves just for us every single day, was baking so much that she just started giving it out to our next door neighbors and all of that. Well, someone on our Facebook, on the neighborhood Facebook page, made a post about a year ago, said, hey, I just moved here from New York where there's a bunch of sourdough bakeries and I can't find any in the area. Does anyone know of a sourdough bakery? And my wife responded like, hey, I'm not a sourdough bakery, but I live just up the street from you and I've been making a lot of sourdough. I'm happy to make you a loaf. Just from that one post, she sold like, I don't know, I think it was like 7 loaves because there was all these other neighbors who's like, oh yeah, I want to try. Oh yeah, I want to try. She sold like 7 loaves of bread. And then the next week that doubled. And then the next week that doubled. And then the next week that doubled. And then she quickly hit her capacity. Like, oh my gosh, I can't make enough bread for this. So she has expanded quite a bit. She's taken over our guest room here. She currently makes about 150 loaves of bread per bake day. And she does 1 bake day a week. She makes 100, 150 cookies, 100, 150 scones, all that stuff, all on her one single bake day. So she bakes on Mondays, and then she sells stuff on Tuesdays just from our guest room. We're not going to like farmers markets. We don't have time for that. So it's all been word of mouth. It's all been people coming to us to buy that. And she has crushed it. I'm so proud of her. And she's currently making more than what she made as a public school teacher. And again, like, she's homeschooling our kids. So this is just taking her Monday. It's about a half day on Monday and then most of the day on Tuesday. 1.5 days of work per week. And she's making more than she was as a public school teacher, which is phenomenal. So really, really cool. Really, it's been a fun side hustle to kind of see and explore and see, like, how can we grow this without it taking over our lives? Because she doesn't want to do it full time. Like, she doesn't want to be this big sourdough empire person. Like, she wants to stay home with her kids. Remember, beginning of the video, our goal is not to make piles and piles and piles of money just to say that we made piles of money. Our goal is to hang out and spend life with our kids. 95% of all of the time you will ever spend with your child happens between the ages of 0 to 18. So don't spend the ages of 0 to 18 working or like hiring like full-time nannies or things like that. Why would I pay someone else to be my kid's parent? Then let me just pay myself to be my kid's parent, because that's what I'm here for. They only get one childhood. You only get one parenthood. And then once they turn 18 and they leave the house, well, that's about 95% of all the time you will ever spend with them. Not saying that you won't see them again, but comparatively, it's nothing afterwards. So yeah, we highly prioritize that. So this is what she's currently doing. I'm looking into some ideas as far as things that she could sell or maybe pre-bake, things like that. Maybe like spice mixes or dip mixes, things like that, where we could sell more without actually increasing her bake day time. Or maybe we could prep this ahead of time, like on a Wednesday or something like that, while the kids are doing some school, maybe like mix together some spice, like little tasks like that. We're currently brainstorming through some things where how can we expand this and expand the sales without expanding the time. Okay, so that's sort of our goal for that. So all in all, if you're still with me, I think currently we're on track. If I just continue to do what I'm currently doing and don't really, I don't quit anything, but I don't take anything too seriously, we should make about $69,000 extra dollars. Again, this is not our main jobs. This is like extra side hustle incomes. None of these things really take that much time. Gardening, I'm spending, let's say, 2-3 hours a week. 2-3 hours a week, 2-3 hours a week, 2-3 hours a week, almost no time, maybe 2-3 hours a month. That's 2-3 hours a week. This 2-3 hours a month, maybe. And then this is like, I don't know, 25 something hours a week. Okay. So all in all, it's little bits here and there that can be done in conjunction with other things. Like, I can go out and water my plants with my kids. So it's a little bit different than just having like a full-time 40-hour job. A lot of these things can be multitasked, or like if I'm going to check on our Airbnb, I can make Amazon affiliate videos about products that are in our Airbnb, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of like double dipping that can go on here. Same with like Etsy and the bakery, and Etsy and Garden Direct sales. There's a lot of overlap and crossover that can happen between here. Okay, so this is my goal here for 2025. So again, just a brief recap. Still selling, still doing Amazon stuff. That's still our job. But I want to explore new side hustles, and I want to talk about those with you guys. So once a week, I will do an Amazon video. And once a week, I will do a video about something else, probably from this list that we are working towards, and document those journeys, okay? If you have a specific one of these that you are most interested in content about, let me know in the comment section. We'll be on this journey together. I think that's part of the fun with YouTube, is like going into the comments, having a community that is actually like following along and invested and cares, and seeing what happens there, okay? So yeah, any questions for us, feel free to drop them in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. We'll see you in 2025.